thanks for checking in. Today's video is all about how to stretch our bodies when we are feeling pressed for time from a day-to-day basis. With everything going on, it's extremely hard to even catch our breath, much less stretch our entire body. This is my opinion only. This is my routine, things I've incorporated into my practice over time. One more thing I would like to mention before we begin is make a conscious effort when you are stretching. So you're gonna want to lengthen but also soften your body. You want to be strong but also gentle with your body as well. So if there is something that you feel that is not in your practice today, don't do it. If you feel like you could go a little extra, do so. That's something that you have to be the judge of. Not only are you helping yourself out through your practice, but you are also training your mind to take this subtle consciousness with you through your day. Okay, here we go. So to start out, we're going to begin on our knees. And if this is too painful for you to do that, feel free to take a pillow and use it for support if you need. This is a pretty big one, but this will help provide some cushion between you and the ground. Okay, I don't need the pillow today, so I'm going to set it aside. All right. Begin on the knees and lean forward to where you are now on all fours. Inhale and exhale. And one more inhale and exhale. We're going to sit back into child's pose with your hands still on the ground. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Feel free to rock side to side and even go around in small circles if you'd like with your hips. Back in child, back around once or twice, and now the other way, okay? This gives you a sense of where your body is at today and what might be hurting. All right, back to all fours. We're going to inhale and exhale and round our spine to the sky. This is called cat pose. And exhale and drop the belly in. This is called cow. I like to tilt my head back so you get a nice big spine stretch. And now forward again to rounding out that spine to cat. Exhale. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. We're going to transition into an inversion, which means your head is below your heart. This has great central nervous system benefits. This is going to reduce cortisol and adrenaline to help soften your muscles as well. Keep in mind, this is going to be very supported. So I'm going to rock forward. I'm going to tuck my toes, and I'm going to lift with my hips and push back with my hands. So there we are. My feet are hip distance apart. I'm on my tippy toes, and I'm pushing back with my hands, okay? So I almost look like I'm a frog gonna jump, but this is going to stretch your hamstrings, your Achilles tendon. It's going to give your arms a nice stretch and your back a nice stretch. So I like to walk it out, and I'll give you an example of that. If you can see here, I rock forward, lift up. Here's my downward dog. And I like to just walk it out. This helps loosen up my joints, gets me pumped. And then I come back down, so I tuck the knees in, and then I'll sit here, okay? Just like that. And now, drop to child's pose. So lower the heart, extend the arms, and sit back. Feel free to rock side to side. From child's pose, we're going to move back to all fours and come down to forearms. Okay? We're going to push our feet back. Right now my toes are pointed, my glutes are squeezing together, my forearms are shoulder distance apart, and these are flat on the ground. I'm using the ground to press from my palm, and I'm opening up my heart. I am shortening my back muscles. The crown of my head is going straight to the roof, and my breath is expanding. So I'm pulling the ground, and I'm arching that lower back. And I'm not sinking in, I'm pushing out with my forearms, broadening my chest. Everything is activated right now. And inhale and exhale. Lengthen the back of your neck, press your chest forward, squeezing your shoulder blades together and pressing the ground through your palm. This is an active stretch. Now, come back to child's pose. So lift up with your bum, sit back, and there you go. Nice big inhale and exhale. Next, we are coming back to all fours, okay? And we are going to sit crisscross applesauce. So come on through and sit down here. We're going to extend our feet out, lengthen our back, straighten our spine. Roll the shoulders back and lift the arms up. Reach for the sky. Look to where you're reaching. And now go straight forward. Hinge at the hips. Keeping your back straight. Lean forward. As far as you can go today, this is all that's in my practice looks like, all right? So I'm not judging myself. I'm being very aware. Again, I'm softening my face, relaxing my jaw, relaxing the muscles around my eyes and my forehead, softening my ears to my shoulders, keeping my back straight, and just noticing where I'm at today. With this being said, you can take it deeper and lean forward if you'd like. Now, I like to, when I'm in this position, I like to point one toe, point the other, flex, point and flex, point and flex. This adds circulation to my ankles. Some days I will pull each toe back depending on my time. And today we're trying to make it quick, right? So you can go through, massage your feet, play around. This is all things to bring out our inner child. We are, as adults, we're outdated children. So we need to come back to the basics and have a little fun with this. All right, so now, super simple. We are going to stretch our legs out wide, okay? As wide as you can go in that space. For me, it's not that wide today. A little tight, okay? We just have compassion and grace for where we are at in our practice today. So begin with your legs out, wide. And we are going to lean forward. Now that is pretty intense today. Okay, so I like to move around in circles. This is going to help lubricate our hip joints. And now other way. If I can feel it here more on my right side today. We can do a little bit of cat-cows. There we are again with those. All right, take your left hand and bring it across your body. Take your right hand and lift up to the sky. Be mindful of your core. My core is flexed. My ribs are tucked in. Through previous videos, we have learned how to align our bodies so far, okay? So back to here. And now I'm going to lean this way. So I'm going to give my side body a nice stretch here. And sometimes my neck cracks. Sometimes I stretch extra and will grab the toe and maybe lean forward here, if that's possible. I like the side body. So try to, if you can, try to look up when you stretch to the side. And now we're going to do the other side. So I take this hand and I cross it up here. I lift my left hand up all the way and I look where my hands go. It gets a nice stretch here. So sometimes I'll pull my skin and see like, wow, okay, that's a little tight today. There goes a neck crack. And if I want to, I will grab my toe and I'll use it to pull down to give myself an extra stretch. And if you can, now back to center. Like we have created a little circle here with our torso. Now we're going to bring our legs back together and our feet together. And I like to just sit here for a moment and stretch the inner thigh. It's very important to release those when you're working the hips as well. Okay, you can press here to deepen the stretch. And back out to the center. So, there we go. We're going to gently roll onto our backs. So one vertebrae at a time. We're going to set it on the ground, okay? There we go. Perfect. One at a time, we're going to bring one knee up, doesn't matter which. Today I'm using my right. And I'm going to make small circles with my hips. I'm still holding on to my knee for support. This foot is flexed and straight. I'm not lifting my hips when I'm crossing my body with them. So my spine is flat on the ground, so is my leg, and I'm making small hip circles with this leg. Sometimes I hold it out to the side, and I will go back and forth there. Wherever I feel tension, I locate and I address. So feel free to do the same. Here's a little tight, so I'll pull in a little more on that knee towards my chest. Perfect. Now back down to the floor, release it, and bring your other knee up to your chest. Same with this one. I got my foot flexed, my back is flat, little circles, okay? Little circle, you heard that pop? And as you notice, when I pull it across, I'm not lifting my butt off the ground. It's providing an intense groin stretch, which you will feel that as well, possibly. If you do, dive into that if it's not too much and sit there for a moment and inhale. whatever's in your body today, whether it be to stretch deeper or to just let it be, that's up to you. Feel free to do little wrist or ankle circles. Those are nice. And back down to the ground. So now we're going to bring both our knees up. And if you can see here, my back is flat, my knees are up, and I'm pointing my toes and I'm squeezing my knees in. And rock side to side. Go ahead and give your lower back a little massage from the ground. Awesome. Now I'm going to bring my knees. I will start by this side. So I'm dropping my knees to the side. And I'm basically just laying here. Just to let this lower back, all of these muscles soften. And now switch over, if you can, to the other side. And once I'm there, I just relax. Sometimes I roll my wrist. Okay. So that really stretches the lower back, those deeper muscles that we can't reach, such as our psoas muscle, if you are familiar with that. All right, so now I will make just little hip circles here, just to even out everything that we had just done. And then I move back to being flat on the ground. So extend your legs out, arms up, and now take a big deep breath. Last but not least, our arms. I come back up, and what I like to do is roll over to my belly. Okay, and now we've already done this same position before, so back to your forearms. Okay, this is a more relaxed version, so my toes are nice and relaxed, my hips are nice and opened. My forearms are going to be right underneath here. My elbows are aligned with my shoulders. Okay. And so now that my alignment is correct and I'm relaxed, I'm going to take my hands in prayer position and I'm going to drop them back down. So this gives me a good idea of where I need to place my elbows in order to stay safe. So align your hands with the elbows underneath your shoulders and move one arm all the way to the side and bring your other arm to the other side. So right now, I am crossed. I am allowing gravity in the ground to actually stretch my rhomboids, my deltoids, my triceps, my biceps. I like to position my fingers like this because it gives them a nice stretch. And I relax. I drop my head to the ground and I really focus on my breathing here. So come up. If you need to bring one first and then the other, feel free. We're going to bring our hands back out, and now we're going to switch. So before, my right was on the outside, and now my right is going to be on the inside. And I'm going to stretch, reach. You can even give yourself a little hug here if that is in your practice. Say thank you for yourself today for bringing yourself to even this far. It is a blessing. And relax. Okay. Now feel free to do any of these as long as you want. I've come back up to my forearms now. And I'm going to transition into child's pose. And we know what that is. It's one of my favorites. So we're going to crawl back up. There we are. And sit down and extend the arms forward. I'm coming back up to all fours. I'm sitting crisscross applesauce and I'm rolling back onto my back body. And there you go. Full body stretch. Yes, we went in depth. I did go a little slower for those who need some time to understand where their limbs are going. It's difficult at first to get the flow. And the more you practice, the more you find things that are right for you. So hopefully today this gave you a few ideas to be able to incorporate those into your practice if it works. Hopefully in this case you're able to have fun and look forward to doing these stretches again, so that way you can feel good about feeling good. These stretches are going to help you feel good, no doubt about it. But if you want to feel great, I have something extra for you. I'm actually going to show you a technique to help reduce stress. So it's a 2-in-1. I call it the parasympathetic stretch. Parasympathetic, if you don't know, is a part of our central nervous system that activates rest and digest. So when we are in parasympathetic state, we're chill, we're relaxing. The other one is sympathetic, and that is when we are ready to fight, flight, or not do anything at all, freeze, which is usually me in my case. So we're going to begin by taking the left hand over here and stretch this neck out right here. And while you're doing that, you're going to take your eyes and you're going to look diagonal. So anywhere in your view that you can pinpoint a position, make sure it's diagonal. You can deepen the stretch. Sometimes I like to take my eyes and roll them around the sockets, left and right, and then back to that diagonal point where we've made it our neutral. Big deep breath and exhale. So it's kind of like up and diagonal, and I'm tilting this up so it's kind of like where my hands are, I'm looking. And then now the other side. And then again with the eye muscle movement. It feels good. And now the other way. I've made my diagonal point almost to where my hands are, up here. So there we go. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Please feel free to leave a comment below of your own issues that you'd like for me to discuss in future videos. If not, thanks for just stopping by. I appreciate it more than you know. Until next time, bye guys.